I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. That's the Al Franken guarantee. It was not difficult for Al Franken to secure his place in the Senate with a past of being a likable and entertaining television personality. Al, ripe for the Takin Franken, is known by many for his characters on Saturday Night Live, but lesser known for making a meaningful difference in politics since he entered the Senate. A clip went semi-viral, which showed Senator Franken questioning Judge Gorsuch and misunderstanding one of his sentences.
Senator, a couple of things in response to that, if I might. Going back, the absurdity doctrine argument was never presented to the court, and it usually applies in cases where there's a Scrivener's error, not when we just disagree with the policy of the statute. So I appreciate the opportunity to respond there.
When there is a Scrivener there?
Scrivener's error.
Error?
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Not when we just disagree with the policy.
I would agree that this could happen to anyone, but I am amused at the fact that Franken interpreted Gorsuch's words in a way that would not make any sense. There is a particular schadenfreude in watching Al Franken be the latest famous person named as an abuser, partially because of his smug demeanor, and partially because of the well-known rumors of how poorly Franken treats the people who work for him. Needless to say, few people who work for him are coming out to stand up for him. If you haven't already heard about the allegations against Senator Al Franken, he is accused by one woman of forcibly kissing her on the mouth and adding a tongue before she was able to push him off, and she warned him that she might not be as friendly the next time around. Regardless, she would later fall asleep, and Senator Al Franken would pose for a photo where it shows him grinning wildly and groping the woman as she slept. This woman is Leeann Tweeden, a model and sports commentator. She claims that this happened in 2006 during a USO tour. Since 2002, Tweeden has gone on at least 16 tours with the USO, including 12 to Afghanistan and Iraq. She even met her husband, who is a retired Air Force pilot, at one of these tours. Social media is buzzing with, presumably, supporters of Al Franken's, who keep bringing up allegations against Judge Roy Moore and President Trump in order to defend him. Last I checked, people still had the right to a fair trial, not a trial by Twitter outrage where angry mobs play judge, jury, and executioner. In this Al Franken situation, we have the photograph to corroborate the story. However, with Roy Moore and Donald Trump, neither has admitted to anything, no compelling evidence has been brought forward, and the timing in both cases is just too interesting. You don't find it odd that these accusations came so close to an election? I am skeptical at best. No matter what the case is, one person's actions do not excuse another's. If somebody is accused of doing something awful, this does not mean that the proper response is to do the same as them. Perhaps we should hold ourselves to the same set of standards, and perhaps we should also do our own diligent research before we join an angry mob, whether they be left or right-leaning. It's Saturday Night Live! Starring Al Franken, Charlie Sheen,
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Steven Seagal, Andy Dick, Sylvester Stallone, featuring Louis C.K., with musical guest R. Kelly. And now your host, Bill Cosby.